To achieve the planned and coordinated approach required for effective implementation of Kidsmatter, early childhood services will need to build a leadership base within their service. We call this the leadership team. The leadership team is the voice for Kidsmatter early childhood within your setting and has a critical role in communicating and consulting with the broader service community. Most importantly, the leadership team's job is to create and support positive change in your setting. Who makes up your leadership team is entirely up to you. The members of the leadership team can represent a variety of roles and education experiences in your service. This team will undertake the responsibility for coordinating and driving the initiative. The members of the leadership team are knowledgeable about their setting, have vision, are effective communicators, supportive of others in their thinking, are change agents that encourage progress. Have a think who could be in your leadership team. Would it be useful to invite others? And if yes, who would they be?
We found that with Kidsmatter we had to set up a leadership team first, and it's good to get volunteers if you can, and to become aware of what information is in Kidsmatter and where you want to go with that. And we sat down together as a leadership team and we looked at what was in the component and worked out what we were wanting to present to our team. And it's really good having a few people working together because you have different ideas and different input as to what's important for your team. In our current service, we have quite a small team, so it's difficult to develop a leadership team. And so we're still working through how we're going to work that out, but we may make everybody on the leadership team and take turns at preparing different elements for us to do. The leadership team has benefited from working together because it creates discussion around various topics, and it has led us to think of things in different ways. And it's helped us to reflect on our practice and think of things in a way that we might not have thought of before. And then as a leadership team, it helps us to role model those and to lead the rest of the team along into that path of quality improvement.
Leadership teams operate differently and are differently structured in each different service. A leadership team can be just the director. The leadership team can be the director and some educators, and even some parents or community support people might be on the leadership team. The other thing that's important is to have the whole of service on board with Kidsmatter. So it's much easier to lead a service where everyone is eager to be a part of Kidsmatter. And having said that, the leadership team still needs to be thoughtful and intentional about their planning. In the same way as we plan intentionally for children, we need to plan intentionally for Kidsmatter. And I think that's one of the most crucial things around the leadership team, no matter what they look like, is that you're thoughtful and intentional about how to proceed.
The way leadership teams operate with the Kidsmatter initiative is very diverse. There's no one right way. All leadership teams vary in the way they're organised, the way they're structured, and actually what they do as well. And a lot of that is around the context that early childhood settings are in. Some of the services, they have educators, the whole team, because they're a small service, the whole team is on the leadership team and they take responsibility for that. Some of the smaller services as well, a way to help spread the message a little bit too is they draw connections with wider community as well. Having a leadership team that is vibrant and different people is a really great way to support how the Kidsmatter initiative progresses. Having community involvement, but also having parent involvement is essential too, because it helps to get a clear understanding of what's going on in children's lives beyond the early childhood setting, but also it helps to create a common purpose and get everyone to see the human side of each other as well. It opens up that opportunity for conversation and communication.
Leadership teams will support change processes within your setting, develop relationships across your service as well as the broader community, maintain a broad lens on children's mental health and wellbeing, make time for planning and leadership meetings, encourage reflective practice, Maintain a long-term view, recognising that there will be challenges. Engage and communicate with all staff on all levels in a service. Provide support to educators, recognising their central role in implementing Kidsmatter. Facilitate access to professional learning and foster a learning environment within your setting as well as online. Create opportunities for educators and staff and families to be involved in Kidsmatter. Celebrate existing strengths and new ones gained. Encourage a willingness to embark on family partnerships. Leadership teams already have and will further strengthen an understanding of the service culture and needs and context. They can articulate the importance of mental health in early childhood and be vocal and visible supporters of Kidsmatter. Ensuring consultation is integral as it helps educators develop a sense of ownership of Kidsmatter and ensures that the needs and concerns are central in the planning process. Don't forget, implementation takes time and energy levels and motivation may go up and down. Take time to refocus when this occurs. As you can see, the leadership team plays a critical role in the implementation of Kidsmatter early childhood. But to make all this happen, what does your leadership team need? Support and empowerment by management to make decisions? To elect a convener who can organise meeting arrangements? To define Kidsmatter leadership roles and responsibilities? To include service representatives that have a variety of skills and knowledge?
One of the tools that I think are really helpful for leadership teams are the Kidsmatter Early Childhood Guiding Principles. And remember that Kidsmatter was written by a combination of early childhood experts and mental health experts. And the guiding principles give the early childhood basis for Kidsmatter. If you look at the guiding principles, that will help the leadership team do their job as a leadership team.
To make a leadership team successful, you need to start by getting to know yourself and your team and finding out what strengths and capacity each of you have and how that can work together.
Well-functioning, effective groups tend to be well organised, where all members feel engaged, can actively contribute and have a shared goal. Most importantly, effective leadership teams have enthusiasm, interest in mental health, willingness to grow and learn, able to give time, and willing to give it a go.
There are a number of things that will make your leadership team successful. I think a core element is self-confidence and a sense of self in the leaders and the educators. And if you have that, then you will be able to move forward. If you need help with your self-confidence, you can always call your local facilitator, your state facilitator.